The year was
30 to 40.
longest phallus in the game.
The year was 1999. People still didn't know what YouTube was. Might be a personal opinion.
Piece of shit TV.
People still didn't know what YouTube was and
Had to burn CDs to be able to watch anything. Yeah, I don't know. And then two masterpieces were created. One ex-marine biologist gave birth to the first ever episode of SpongeBob, and Age of Empires 2, Age of Kings. 2 million copies, a DLC, and a countless hours of joy with it.
I was forced to flee to the...
Of course, this is not how the game looked in 1999. But that was 22 years ago. So why am I talking about it now? How is a game this old still relevant? Well, there was a long period of nothing. But then suddenly, just as the second coming of Christ, AoE came back from the dead. And in HD, and eventually in Super HD, which is what we have right now. Age of Empires is actually a series of some great games. AoE 1 and 2 built a huge player base, then the developers started experimenting with different formats, which didn't turn out to be that popular, and we don't talk about this one. Despite all the other titles, AoE 2 remained the biggest hit. So what put this 2 decades old game so high up for so many people? And why is it attractive to people who never even heard of it before? I think I may have found a few reasons. You download the game, click a few buttons, and BAM! You're in the game, where everybody has the same setting. You get 3 villagers, a horseman and a breeding building, and everyone has the same start, the same opportunities. Contrast this with other games like AoE 3, Hearthstone, where you have to create a deck, research what's the best, spend money leveling up, just to be able to compete. The start of a match of AoE 2 is the same for a newbie and a professional. Age of Empires 2 is obviously a very complex game. From developing your empire, predicting your opponent's next move, micromanaging your armies while you remind the slaves that they either give me labor or taste the flavor of my delete key. But once you have all these things figured out for one civilization, you can go and play any other one. And believe me, there are many more. Sure, they'll have a different bonus or a unique unit, but the basics stay the same, which gives the game nice diversity while keeping the things relatively simple. Pointy man kills horse, crossbow counters pointy man, horsey kills crossbow. This introduces a very interesting mechanic to the game, where every unit is counterable. It is on you to predict what your opponent is doing and build your army against him. Charge of horses? Stick them. Getting shot at? Rock them. Getting your breeding grounds demolished? Just hit the thing! There always is a way to deal with a situation. This one might be a bit of a personal opinion. The games last somewhere around 30 to 40 minutes on average, and so you have plenty of time to build up and develop your town. When it comes to the fighting stage, I am usually already done building and satisfied with my creation. I put up a good fight and then, well, sometimes it doesn't work, and that's okay. The thing is, I created something, and you can see the progress you made too. From the tiny village into a huge empire, and that by itself is an achievement already. So when the game doesn't go my way, tilting is very rare, and typing the GG actually means what it says for once. And saving probably the most important thing for last, the community. The best part of the whole experience is the community. I don't think I have ever been part of more chill, wholesome and a friendly group of people than this one. I mean, I have found so many people willing to help each other, in-game or outside of it. I've gotten counseling when I was depressed, and even a deep advice on my finances during a game. try to get that one in other multiplayer games and you'll probably end up with bigger depression than where you started. Additionally, something that we cannot understate is the contribution that Forgotten Studios brought. They started as a team of friends that created unofficial expansions, and, well, these were so good that they actually got added into the official game. The team got hired, and a few years later we have a completely rehauled game that looks as good as new, even adding more content to the game through expansions. Speaking of which, the next one is coming with 2 new civilizations, the Polish and the Bohemians! Alright, so this part is a bit outdated. It took me over 4 months to get to finish this video, so we're way past the release of the new expansions. So yeah, there was also a release of an entire sequel, AoE 4, which I both made videos about, so come and check them out. And until then, see ya!